Shalom, giving honor and praise to the creator and the maker of heaven and earth. We are going to go over a simple Hebrew lesson, part 3. Okay? Now, this is called at times pay or fay. Now, sometimes when you have the dot within it, they say it's a pay. And as we saw in part 2, when it doesn't have the dot, sometimes within it, they say sometimes that's the fay. Now, one of the things to point out is that whether you say it as the P sound or the F sound, the meaning in English does not change, okay? So now you got, let's just say for the sake of argument, the pay. Now, looking just like the fay, but without the dot within it. This is what you call a quamats, which makes the ah sound. All right, so now you got it to where you got the P and ah, so that's pa. Resh, all right, just like the same resh that we saw over here, always making the R sound, as in part 2 of that. So you got pa, right, as stated, ra. This stays consistent with that vowel, doesn't change. One thing in Hebrew is that the silent letters stay silent, the letters that give sound, and the vowels that give forth the sound, give forth the sound. It doesn't change. Like in English, where you got a word like comb that has a silent B. It doesn't work like that in Hebrew, okay? So now we got it. Let's move on. You got pa, ra. Okay, next we got here is the tau, which signifies the T or the TH. Also, and you will find out in Hebrew that this letter right here, right, brothers and sisters, shows the feminine principle. This letter, which is hey, all right, making the H sound, and this letter here, which is tau, just pay attention to where the pen is pointed, making the T sound, are both what you call feminine letters. There are 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, okay, and of the 22 letters, the 5th letter, which is hey, and the 22nd letter, which is tau, tau meaning sign, hey meaning behold or window, all right? And what that simply means in that case is the fact that those are feminine letters. Hey being the weaker of the two. Now, when you're showing possession, this is what we're doing right here. All right? And para tan, which means para, it would have just been left had it not been showing possession with the noon so feet. That would have just been the word para. Para or fara in this particular case means cow. Okay? A feminine cow. All right. So, well, actually, all cows are feminine. So, let that be noted and understood. So, you got pa, ra, tan. Okay, that's how that works with that. That means their cow. Now, speaking about female, a female's cow. So, if I have 2 daughters and I'm talking about the cow that they have, I would say paratan shokebet, which means that their cow is sleeping. Paratan holeket, their cow is walking. Paratan halaka le'ekol eta eseb. Their cow went to go and eat the grass. You understand? To use that in a sentence such as that. All right. Eseb means grass or herb. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Those who know what I'm getting at know what I'm talking about. All right. Now, paratan. All right. Now, had it said paratam with an M or memsofit, as we see here in the memsofit, that would have been speaking about the masculine possession. In Hebrew, let's spend some time on this, no rush, all right, because we're going to go through a bunch of these kind of lessons right here for about 4 or 5 minutes on Facebook, all right? Blessed be the Most High. Let's go be able to explain so that way Hebrew can be shown that it shows a pattern within it, okay? Now, you would have it say parati, my cow, paratka, your cow when speaking about a male's, paratan, their cow when speaking about a female's cow. This is still singular. This is the feminine singular noun, okay? All possessions in Hebrew are shown after the word itself. I want to state that again. All possessions in Hebrew is shown at the end of the word in what they use in English terminologies as a suffix. Parati would have had the pay, the resh, the tau, and the yod. That would have meant my cow. But it says paratan, their cow, speaking about the feminine possessions cow. Okay, so let that be noted and understood. Now, the next one we're going to deal with here is mitatan. Similar premise, but just changing of letters and some vowels, all right? Mem represents, obviously, the M sound. This is a kirik, making the E sound. Mi, tet makes the T sound. Mita. Mita, what? Mitatan. Okay, so now you got it. Mita means bed. Mitati, would mean my bed. Mitatka would mean your bed when speaking to a male. Mitatek would mean your bed when speaking to a female. Just like when we say ma shalom ka. Shalom ka means your peace when speaking to a male. Shalom mek means your peace when speaking to a female. This nun sofit in this particular case is showing a possession, just as we went over in this part here when the nun sofit shows the possession. Just like in the other part when we did part 1. The kaf sofit here showing the possession, always at the end of the word, the noun of whatever it is. Okay, you cannot show possession of a verb. You can put a verb in a noun and make it what they call an inflection. But once it comes right down to certain things, you cannot make a verb showing a possession. You can only make a noun showing possession, because a noun is a person, place, a thing. So now we got mita tan. Mita's bed, mita tan, their bed. So if I have 2 daughters and I would just sit there and say ben otad ben mita tan, which means that my daughters are in their bed. That's to use that in a sentence. Okay, we're going to learn some basic grammar and basic functions in Hebrew. It's not hard. These presentations are being done. I'm not trying to be boastful. I'm not asking for no donations. It's not that serious. I got the time, blessed be the Father. Got the ability, blessed be the Father, to go over this. I don't mind constructive criticism. Let's move on, all right? Next we got kaduran. This is a kaf, just as we saw the kaf right here. Same thing, all right? And kaduran, let's explain how it's such. All right? The kaf and the ah. This is being a patak. K and I is ka. This is a dalit. Now I want to sit there and pay attention to this real quick, because you will sit there and notice to a certain extent the difference between, let's go on to the alphabet side. The difference between the dalit, simply between this making a D sound and this making the H sound as the hey, simply is the fact that it has that line there. Take that line away from the hey, you have a dalit. Okay, so let that be noted and understood. So now you got the kaf and the ah. Ka, do. This is the D. This is the wow with a dot within it, which is referring to as the U sound. All right, they call it a shuruk. All right, but we're going to move on. Ka, K, and I. D and U is do. Ka, do. This is the resh, representing just like the resh over here, as stated before. Whatever, if this is a resh here, it's a resh there. All right, so let that be noted and understood. And resh is obviously making what? The R sound. This is called a kwamat. Just like the kwamat here. Sifram. All right, let's move on back to here. So stay focused. We got ka, do, ra, na. So you just join that together. So now for those who've been following the pattern, we see, okay, boom. That's a noun. Para, cow. Paratan, their cow. Okay, mita, mitatan. That's showing possession. All right. And then next we got kaduran. So now for homework, I'm going to ask the people to sit there and find out what is the meaning of the word kadur. Kaf, dalit, wow, resh. That's the people's homework. All right. And next we're going to move on. This here being, okay, af. The aleph and the ah sound. This is called a patak, as stated. And this is the fe, so feet, making the F sound at the end of words. So you got this mute and that ah, so that's ah, okay? Join it with the letter that's next to it. Always remember, Hebrew is always read from right to left, okay? And written right to left. Okay, so af, which means nose. Af also means anger. Okay, next and last for this presentation, for this one in part 3, we got the letter Gemel, wow, and Fe, so feet, or the final Fe. Now, you will notice, for those familiar, this is a noon, which makes the N sound. You see, boom. This is on Facebook. Those who know, this is my favorite letter. But that's neither here nor there. You see, it goes all the way down and then it just turns. All the way down and it just turns. The Gemel goes all the way down, splits like a cow's hoof. And then you'll see the space there. All right? Making the G sound. So this, just like over here, all right, making that particular sound. The U, G and U is gu. The F, goof, which means body. Shalom.